Testing, testing, testing. Yes, this share. Hey, cutie. Hey, cutie pie. What's going on? What is up? Hey, cute. Oh, man. I'm tired, cute. Trying to burn out the last stretch of editing before I take a little mini spring break weekend off. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good time. A lot of editing still to do, though. I got a helicopter buzzing my house. Hopefully there's not a rapist. It's all you can hope usually is that there's not a rapist. You just gotta hope there isn't a rapist. Hey, Harry. Hey, Angelique, baby. Hey, Heisenberg, motherfucker. I didn't mean to make that one sound mean. G40, what's up, dude? Nick McDuffie. Hey, everybody. Hey, Iman, what's going on, dude? James, looking good, baby. Go Lakers. I was thinking about the possibility of becoming a season ticket holder or at least a regular attendee of a Los Angeles sporting team. It's tough, though. The Rams stadium is super far, and it'd be one thing if you just commuted to the stadium, then you watched the game and you left, but you have to add about an hour and a half of commute and traffic waiting into your schedule as well. Plus, it's expensive. So I would rather sit home, watch Red Zone, and beat off. But I kind of want to be one of those guys who's got season tickets. That's cool. Like I was Wikipediaing System of a Down, and their guitarist Darren has season tickets to the LA Kings. And I was like, that's hip, dude. A rock guitarist who's got season tickets to a sporting team? Like that's something about because you expect like Jewish businessmen and Beyonce to have season tickets to an LA sporting thing. But when me and Darren are sitting side by side to watch fucking Matt Stafford throw for the Rams, that could be cool. But it's not going to happen. Oh, try out experimental AI features, suggests Google. I don't know if you guys saw the controversy. Google's AI, though, just kept generating like minorities and women. No matter what you asked for. It would generate black Nazis, female, lesbian, Mexican queens and kings of medieval Europe. So that's what's happening with Google's AI. But I can try it out right now. I'm being prompted. What's up, Harry? Not worth the money. Go Lakers. Take me with you to a game. You're the guy who's got the Lakers avatar. You got the logo attached to your name. You should be taking me to a game, James. I can take you to a Sparks game. Sparks, we did one of our best videos ever at a Sparks. It was a Sparks game, right? I can't even remember the fucking name of the team. The LA WNBA team. Oh, man. Dodgers. I back the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers. I feel like if you pulled everybody in the stadium at a Dodgers NBA or a Dodgers Rams Lakers game, that the Dodgers would by far, the most of them would like our channel. And I'm judging that based completely on race because Mexicans seem to like our channel a lot. And we love Mexicans who love our channel. So I like the Dodgers. What's up, John? What's up, Kyle? Bear, what's going on? Brian, yo, new pod's hilarious. Thank you, Jules. I appreciate that. We got Wee Man from Jackass in the house. In that one. Ivar the Boneless. I love that name. Salton Sea was a real hootenanny of colorful characters. As I told you guys, that one was for you. Yeah, it went over really well. Seems like a lot of people think that was their favorite video of the year. It's up there. It's up there. Gonna lay low a little bit this weekend, and then we're going to come back hard. I got some good ideas for videos coming up. I'm excited. Just need to recharge a little bit. This video we shot for the game was hard to shoot. And then the edit's going to be tough for the game video based on the book, The Game, if you guys haven't heard about this. But yeah, it's fucking sweet. We went to bars and we did it old school. It was like an old school Danny Mullen video where I was getting makeouts. The name of the video is going to be Kissing Hot Girls in Bars with me just sucking a chick's face in a place that sells booze. There's going to be no false advertising. Russell is saying, let me see if I missed anything. What's up, Lucas? Just got off work, about to start the podcast. Well, yeah, hang out with me for a little bit first, and then we can get to the podcast. Where did you meet Leo? Asks the real Zervin. Let me see. I might have a picture of the day. It was this guy. Oh, why am I forgetting his name? Damon. Who he had a Facebook comedy page. Because when I got into social media, Facebook was really big, and that was the way to go viral. And my primary effort was Facebook, too. I knew this guy, Damon, through just reaching out to him over Instagram DM, and he wanted to collaborate. They had me come out on a shoot just to hang and kind of be like a PA, and it was Leo and some smoking hot chick as actors playing a script that this guy Damon wrote for the Hambone Group. And that was Leo and his douchebag prime, 2018 spring. I think I'd only been down in LA for about a month. I went to college here, then moved away for, I can't even remember now. As if this matters. I graduated in college in 2013, moved away from LA, and then came back in 2018. So I took a 5-year hiatus. Got back, met this dude, Damon, Leo, who was a big douche at the time. This hot chick who Leo DM'd and got booty pics from. And then after that, Leo and I stayed in touch. He was going to The Bachelorette. He hadn't been on it yet. He'd been selected, though, and he was in the process of doing whatever they have to do, like drug tests, STD tests, sleep deprivation. For him, food deprivation, because he just took a bunch of Adderall and tried to get shredded. He succeeded. But I didn't think I was ever going to hear from him again when he went on The fucking Bachelor. And I wanted to film with him because I knew, at the time, I didn't really, because his personality wasn't very much on display at that shoot. He was just being a hot guy. So I didn't know what he was capable of behind the camera. But then after he got canceled, after he sent the chick the fucking "you need my big dick," or after rather that surfaced, he sent the girl the "you need my big dick" comment in like 2010 in college. When that resurfaced, then he was just doing stand-up, kind of slumming it, all depressed. And I saw him do stand-up one night, and it was real scummy and funny. And that's when him and I started working together, after all other options had been lost. Because God knows if Leo wasn't canceled, he'd be getting his fucking cock sucked right now, probably in a little one-bedroom house in West Hollywood somewhere, just living up in the hills, taking reality TV and modeling gigs, getting way more sugar mama money, and not doing the content that we make. I'm trying to find pictures from this meeting. Pictures. The first picture of Leo in my phone. Here was our first shoot together. This is October 2nd, 2018. Slightly younger versions of us here. This video is still up, rating UCLA. I got the Frazier pullover, which I would still rock today. Wore jeans back then a lot. I don't really wear jeans anymore. Leo looking fucking pretty much unchanged as far as he's dressed up like a big gay pack of crayons. Let me see if I can go back to the actual day we met. A lot of screenshots of titties back then in 2018. I was pretty into just screenshotting chicks' titties on Instagram. I liked it. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Here we go. Not really a picture of us, but this was the shoot I met Leo on. Him and some hot chick and the dude Damon from the Hambone group filming him. That is in Santa Monica, which is where we went for the game video. And Leo was a solid wingman. Ooh. That was funny, says Russell. When the boys were calling Leo a rook and you said they should have called the queen. I said I should have been the queen, I think, Russell, which I get how that sounds like calling somebody gay, in this case, myself. But the queen is the most powerful piece on the board, and that describes me. Saw Leo riding around Hollywood on his Lime scooter. Yeah, maybe he should be the queen. He's got to stop riding Lime scooters, dude. That's unacceptable behavior. Climbs. Leo is the kind of guy who would just trash a Lime scooter, or it would be malfunctioning temporarily. Like, he would scan his credit card, or the app would be a little slow, and I could just see him slamming it into the street, or just like breaking it or fucking it up. He's got no patience. He's an entitled, good-looking bastard who would probably not give a fuck about trashing a Lime scooter. Danny, says Wyatt, you ready to see Jordan Love lead the Packers to a Super Bowl victory? I got my Green Bay Packers ball over here, baby. I'm excited for him. I was thinking about this last night before I went to bed, which is fucking weird. Is there a bigger stud than Matt LaFleur in the NFL? Let me pull this guy up. I mean, he looks like Justin Timberlake or something. He's 39 or in his early 40s. He's got coach money. He's got head coach money, which is tens of millions of dollars. His net worth is probably like between 10 and $15 million. And he's just an offensive, I don't know if he's a whiz yet, but he's clearly a very competent offensive coach of a winning franchise who killed it last year and defied all expectations. And then I mentioned he's a fucking cutie pie, Matt LaFleur. This guy gets pussy. Okay, he's 44. He's a well-preserved 44. Damn, dude. This guy gets fucking pussy, dude. No question about it. This Matt LaFleur probably gets, if he wanted to, he could get the most pussy in the NFL now that Tom Brady's gone. Like Matt LaFleur will go head-to-head. Matt LaFleur will go head-to-head with any quarterback. Matt LaFleur wife. Let me see his wife, dude. If he's got a wife, she's probably a stunner. You know, all these coaches like Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur, they all have wives, and she's not ugly or anything, but it's maybe I am a shallow bastard. Maybe I am a shallow bastard, but it seems like his wife should just be a complete knockout. But these guys are fucking family men. I appreciate Kyle Shanahan, or excuse me, not Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay. Let's pull up his fucking Ukrainian hooker wife. Sean McVay, the head coach of the Rams. This is just another reason to get season tickets. Sean McVay's wife is what we were all picturing when we thought about Matt LaFleur's wife. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Sean McVay is just leading into the fucking bimbo, dude. He's going for it. Just big fake titties, probably. Tons of work in the face. Let me pull up some more pictures. Maybe not tons of work. She looks a little more natural here. But yeah, he went bimbo. He went fucking bimbo. We'll see whose life ends up better in 10 years. Sean McVay's haircut is unforgivable. Sean McVay's hair looks like mine in 4th grade. A man should not do his hair like that. I mean, I'm one to talk with my hair, but his haircut, it's like a 7th grader getting ready for the sock hop. It's a 7th grader trying to look good and hold hands with a girl on the field hockey team. Like, that's his fucking haircut. And he's one of the most powerful coaches in the NFL. He's got to stop. But he's got the hottest wife. I think right now he's got the hottest coach wife. But Matt LaFleur should have a hotter, his wife should be the hottest. But I respect it. You know, he went the fucking family man route. I don't know if you guys agree. Gelato thinks that McVay looks like a coke dealer. The Real wants a bimbo wife. I could picture finding Leo in a Home Depot parking lot at a Lime scooter. Or the Lime scooter is just tilted up against, like, the car door. Because maybe he limed over to get sucked in the girl's car. What's up, everybody? Whoo! I'm going back up to the top of the stream, guys. Got a lot of editing to do today. The game video is going to be tight. I think it's going to inspire, like, all of you to buy and read the book, The Game. I think you guys are going to be into it after this. I'm psyched. We met with Ross Jeffries, who is one of the central figures in the game. Mystery messaged me. It was thanks to fucking... It was, he's not, unfortunately, he's not maybe going to appear in it. I wanted him to do a commentary with me on my game to see what he thought of it, but he didn't quite agree. Tessa, a former patron of ours, she actually made that happen because she DM'd him and she's a chick, so he responded and then she put me in touch. But yeah, legends of the game involved. We got a bunch of makeouts. I think I got 3 makeouts on camera. And so you're looking forward to that. We tried to get Fez makeouts, was not happening. Isn't possible. Maybe Matt LaFleur could get Fez a makeout. We tried, though. Dino almost got attacked. I told Dino to go up to a guy on the promenade in Santa Monica, and tell the guy, hey, I took your mom to market and I swapped her straight up for a bag of dirt. That was my line that I fed him, which I liked. And the guy just fucking tried to take Dino's hat off. Dino was wearing an obnoxious crocodile hat, and the guy just fucking swatted for it. Have you tried grounding yet, like Leo? Nick, yeah, I've done it a couple times. I'll just stand on some dirt where I work out. If you guys saw my day in the life vlog, I went up to the top of this hill in Los Angeles that I actually just went to this morning to work out. That is where I take my shoes off and stand in the dirt a little bit. I don't feel any fucking different. I don't know. I don't feel any fucking different. But I understand that those things are like a subtle accumulation. Leo, I think the foreskin cheese is going to his head. Honestly, I think he's got too much buildup. He probably has an undiagnosed yeast infection. So who knows, dude? I got to stop listening to him about grounding. For me, when I feel shitty, it's because my schedule is broken down. I'm waking up late. I don't have any time for... It's basically a loss of structure. That's really what it comes down to. If I'm not waking up at the same time, meditating, making some coffee, reading a little bit in the morning, getting into my work, getting a workout, and then stopping at night at the same time and giving myself some recreation time, when I get away from that, that's when I start to get stressed out and unhappy. And it's hard to know which variable in there is actually the important variable. Is it the clean or unclean room, which right now this room's fucking filthy because I was digging through getting props for the game video. We needed a bunch of peacocking costumes. Is it the lack of meditation, the lack of reading, the workout, the diet, the sleep? The sunshine or lack of sun exposure? It's hard to know, and especially fucking grounding. Like, grounding's like the least provable one. But I try to live according to like a schedule. And when I feel like a rat on a fucking wheel, that's when shit breaks down. So that's like my warning. When I start waking up at like, I woke up at 8:30 this morning, which is super late for me. It's getting to the time when I'm like, okay, I need to take a weekend off, fucking recenter, refocus, come back strong. I'm falling apart. Generate Ariel winter titties. I'm just going to Google that. I think he means AI. Ariel Winters better be of age. Otherwise, I'm going to be fucked. Ariel Winters. Okay, she looks of age. It's in 17 magazine, which I don't like. That's fucking terrifying. Who's Ariel Winter? There's a headline, Ariel Winter has boobs. Please get over it. Ariel Winter. Okay, thank fucking God she's 26. Thank fucking God she's 26. I was gonna be like, Heisenberg got me, dude. I'm not fan Jerry. Like, I'm not gonna say Mike Cock or like Nick, you know, the other part of that name. Like, oh, shout out for their birthday. I'm not gonna do that. But if you just give me a name and say Google their titties, I might accidentally Google a fucking teen pop idol's titties. And you guys better not abuse that knowledge you have now. But just, I'm glad that that girl that I just immediately Googled was 26. Is the world going to end, asks John D., on April 8th when Mudflat blocks out the sun? Wow. No, that's insane, though. We might have to do some sort of Mayan sacrifice to celebrate the eclipse, though. John D.'s got my old Nelk pilot costume as the avatar. Me in the Nelk pilot costume. That was a great bit. That, I'm a big believer that collaborations don't matter all that much. And I guess further believe that nobody can put you on in life. I really don't think that anybody can make you big, or if you're an artist and you're sort of undiscovered, that anybody is going to be able to take you to the top. But if there was one point in my career where I was quote unquote put on and it sort of changed things, I guess it would have to be that pilot bit, which was really just 5 minutes of camera time that had a huge impact on my career. It's hard to say what would have happened without that. And then after that, my videos kind of came back down to earth and I had to bring it back up myself. But that was definitely a huge, huge help. I had the line about Chuck Yeager eating asshole and drinking before he flies. My favorite was how, like, when I get enough to drink in me before I get on my flight, that I want to break the light barrier. And I have a cousin who's in community college math who's trying to help me figure out the physics for it. There were some good lines in there that I just kind of wrote in my head on the way up to that shoot in San Francisco. But yeah, I actually just had Jace make a clip of that, so I'll be posting that soon. Was Dino beat up? I don't think Dino was beat up, Q Costello, in the fight. There was a brawl that happened at the bar. Thankfully, I was not involved. I wasn't even on the scene to see it, but there was a brawl. Russell says, yo, Danny, I'm going to order the game and the science of getting rich. Fuck yeah, baby. Somebody just posted about the science of getting rich yesterday, and I shared it on my Instagram story. Science of Getting Rich is a must for all you guys and girls who, you know, are in your 20s or maybe fucking 30s or fuck it, 40s. And you want to get a little better professionally. It's a great, great starting place dealing with mindset. That's basically what it's about. It's not going to teach you how to start a plumbing business or become a social media marketer. It's just going to teach you how to think to optimize your ability to succeed. Great, great book. It's like my favorite personal development book. And then you'll love the game, Russell. Sparks, baby. Fuck yeah. Q Costello read the game. Hell yeah. Yo, Danny, where's RDR? You know, he's been streaming. He's been okay. Like, he's doing better, I think, right now than I thought he would be. Like, for a while, he was threatening to come crash our comedy shows, which whenever he shows up at a comedy show, it really fucks up the show. And he was, as you guys know, doing a lot of hard drugs. So we just were like, you know, it's really the comedy show crashing stuff that's fucking with us. And then my number kept getting leaked on his streams, and I would just get tons of calls from people and have to block it all. And that was pissing me off. But then I told him about it, and he and Vivi reached out and said they're going to block those people and do a better job, which was surprisingly like a lucid response from them. I thought I would just be like, fuck you. N-word, you repeat, the rat gods are going to come get you, Danny, fuck. Like, that's what I was expecting from RDR. So I would say if he just keeps it up for a couple of weeks and doesn't ruin shows and doesn't leak phone numbers and just stops showing up places on a lot of hard drugs, that he can come back. Lil Null, when that video drops, is around the same time I became a fan, maybe the UCLA one. But if that's the case, dude, fuck yeah, Lil Null. That's a long time, man. Really appreciate that. Do a video at Dodger Stadium talking about its fucked up history, how we jacked them Indians land. I thought it was the Mexicans. Yeah, I read about that in the LA Times, which the LA Times, think about just how fucking everybody on that liberal ass staff got a boner writing this article, because it was one of those stories where, like, yeah, the white people were fucking up. That's not like misrepresenting one police beating that was in self-defense and statistically not racially motivated or whatever. Like, this was white LAPD knocking on Mexican people's doors like, hey, get the fuck out of here. We're going to build a whites only baseball stadium. We got the Negro Leagues playing down in Long Beach. So yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Absolutely, we just told a bunch of Mexicans and natives to fucking kick rocks. I don't know why I said we. I had zero to do with the Dodger Stadium construction. It wasn't me, but they did that. Get Trevor Bauer on the pod. Harry, I think Leo has DM'd him, of fucking course. But yeah, that was sad. For people who don't know, let me pull him up. Just make sure I'm thinking of the right guy. Yeah, basically Trevor Bauer had gnarly but very consensual sex with a chick who just represented herself as really kinky and sexual, and then used all of it to cancel him. And there's proof that that's exactly what she was doing, because she was texting her AA sponsor shit like, yep, just got to get the bag. Got to act like I'm traumatized. Get that bag. Lawsuit coming, LOL. So just a fucking, like, the worst person in society. Her and mass shooters should be exempt from the amendment that deals with cruel and unusual punishment. The Russian guys, what is their fucking KGB? The Russian KGB dudes who, like, cut off one of those Muslim terrorists' ears and made him eat it, they should deal with the chick who fucked up Trevor Bauer's life. Like, I would not totally mind if she had to eat a minor appendage off her own body. I wouldn't mind. Like, how? Isn't it tough enough in life to not hate yourself? Like, if I don't text somebody back, I feel like a fucking piece of shit. Imagine, like, your whole life being aimed at just ruining an innocent guy's professional sporting career and then punishing him hugely financially, too. What a bitch, dude. What a fucking bitch. And I know there's guys who, that didn't mean to come off sexist there. There are plenty of fucking guys who have done the same shit in some other way. Like, Michael Jackson had a lot of really shady male accusers. Like, showbiz dads who just said their son got molested when he didn't, just to collect huge fucking paychecks. Fuck them, too. They can get an ear cut off by a fucking Spetsnaz soldier as well. Spetsnaz. Are those guys still around? Spetsnaz Russian soldiers. How do you say that? Spetsnaz. Spetsnaz. Yeah. They're scouts. They were special forces in many post-Soviet states, the Spetsnaz. Gonna send them to track down these fucking bullshit sexual lawsuit people. Hey, Danny, did you ever get to steal a kiss from the Salton Sea, babe? Russell, no. No kisses for me, dude. No kisses for me. She was hot. I thought it was going to happen. I thought we were going to kiss. We were looking for a woman out there because we knew that the first worst vacation spot in America video, I found the old alcoholic lady with big fake tits and went up to her room. And there was the lady who did the Starbucks bit with me. So we're like, we have to find a chick. But that was like way better than we thought it was going to be. Heisenberg, Danny, I know you're busy, but do you think you guys could get some extra time on those Patreon pods? It's a little bit disappointing when they are only an hour. Heisenberg, probably they're going to stick to about an hour. I mean, I don't know. I would rather do them short and sweet than do long pods. I don't love long podcasts. So for me personally, I just am going to tend toward my own thing. I know the Leo and Danny show, just 2 hours kind of became the standard. But I like the Tim Dillon show, which is seldom, if ever, over an hour long. So I don't know. I just figure people are busy. We pump out a lot of content as it is. I'm probably just going to keep doing an hour. Yeah, what's Tim Dillon's main podcast? Hour. Yeah. Sorry, Heisenberg, if you want more time with me, that's what this is all about right here. What happened to Kevin the Cuck from the pod? Leo the Lot Lizard, he got married to the chick that he was trying to pimp out to us, and she's fucking hot. There was a weightlifting guy called Kevin the Cuck who wanted this is what his girlfriend said, so don't get mad at me if your name is Mudflap. She said she would fuck everybody in the crew except for Mudflap. And she's just like a ripped bodybuilder chick, which I think is pretty hot. So, yeah, he's getting married to her now. And I don't know if the offer still stands. Dylan. So, like, did you end up getting the chick's number? I got her Instagram, if you're talking about the Salton Sea girl. Yo, Danny, did Rimjob Remy end up in the brawl Austin had? Rimjob Remy is fed, right? It's been so long since I've referred to him as Remy. But I don't know. I didn't hear about it, really. I think it was mostly Saltine, Fez, Austin. And then Leo was criticized for not getting in the mix of the brawl. But as you get older, you want less and less to do with brawls because you realize how much you actually have to lose. So, yeah, I don't mind that. When I was 20, I was just like an alcoholic, fucking angry, bitter, semi-depressed kid. So I would always throw down. But I don't really mind that Leo backed off a little bit from that brawl because I probably wouldn't have jumped in either. Lil Noel, I found your Facebook recently. It still has some of your classic deleted videos. Hell yeah, dude. A lot of them are on here too. If you go to the what tab is it? The categories, the collections tab on here. We got a lot of deleted videos on here too. What's up, Psycho Matt? Welcome. Please just don't go psycho while you're in this stream. Save your psychoing for maybe tonight. Or go psycho. That's cool too. You should also get Austin to get a consistent upload time on the Patreon pods. I was in his live one day and he was supposed to drop and asked him and he said, yeah, I'll do it later. Oh my God, dude. Heisenberg, I will talk to you about that. I'll text him about that right now. Fucking Sean McVay's hot wife just popped up, dude. Foreskin check. Yeah, I wish, dude. I wish we had those. It should be mandatory to be circumcised in my crew. Nick McDuffie, are you thinking of venturing off into anything else like IRL Twitch streaming or anything like that? Feel like you'd be good at it. Yeah, people have asked me that a couple of times. I feel like we'd be great at it too. The only thing I don't love about it is I kind of got to do one or the other, I feel like. And yeah, it's just a lot of work. And I would rather do more curated YouTube videos. I would just sort of feel like a rock musician in the 2000s putting down my guitar and picking up a mic and a fucking sampler or something and trying to be a hip hop artist. It's just not really what we do, though I feel like we could easily do it. I'm just not too into it. Hey, Jinxie. Looking good, handsome bastard. Well, thanks, baby. She thinks I'm handsome. So does Sandrine, apparently. Sandrine still wants the T-Mole. Can we have a Dino pod soon, LOL? Oh, Ocean Lover, you're in the mood to lose some brain cells? Yeah, we can have one. What's up, Zacadelic? Much love, Danny Mullen. This is Zacadelic from Tennessee. Demoing a back porch at work for another hour or so. Can't be present, but thank you for everything. Sultan C was great. As always, about to listen to C-Man. Now, love you. Later, Zachy. Love you too, baby. You should do a video on the Yuma 5 when they was in Cali. Let me pull up the Yuma 5. Hopefully they're of age. Hopefully they the Yuba County 5 or Yuma or Yuba? Yuma. Are you sure it's not Yuba? Yuba County is up by Sacramento. Let's pull it up. The Yuba 5 were a group of young men from Yuba County, California. Getting a text. Let's see if... Okay. No. I thought it was from my number being leaked. Yuba County 5. Here we go again. We're a group of young men from Yuba County, California, United States, each with mild intellectual disabilities or psychiatric conditions. Okay, wow. Who were reported missing after attending a college basketball game at California State University, Chico. Okay, this is all right in my backyard in Sacramento. On the night of February 24th, 1978. Wow. 4 of them, Bill Sterling, Jack Hewitt, Ted Ware, and Jack Madruga. Jack Madruga. Sounds like a fucking made-up name. Were later found dead. And the 5th, Gary Mathis, has never been found. Holy shit. Several days after their disappearance, the group's car, a 69 Mercury Montego, owned by Marduga, was found abandoned in a remote area of the Plumas National Forest on a high mountain dirt road that was far out of their way back to Yuba County. Investigators could not determine why the car was abandoned, as it was in good working order and could easily have been pushed out of the snowpack it was in. At the time, no trace of the men was found. After the snow melted in June 1978, 4 of the men's bodies were discovered. Ted Weir was found in the U.S. Forest Service in a U.S. Forest Service trailer some 12 miles from the car. Only bones were left of Jack Marduga. I was hoping better for Jack. Bill Sterling and Jackie Hewitt as the result of scavenging animals. But Weir had apparently lived as long as 3 months after the men were last seen, starving to death despite an ample food supply of food and heating materials nearby. Weird. Weir was missing his shoes. Investigators found Mathis's own shoes in the U.S. Forest Service trailer, suggesting Mathis also survived for some time beyond the group's last sighting. A local man came forward, claiming that he had spent the night in his own car a short distance away from where the Mercury was found. The witness told police that he had seen and heard people around his car that night and twice called for help, only for them to grow silent and to turn off their flashlights. This and the considerable distance from the car to where the bodies were found has led to suspicions of foul play. Fucking weird, dude. Wow. Well, the best way to die, I've always said, is to go out by freezing. The best way to commit suicide, if I had to die or commit suicide or something, would just be to drink a bottle of whiskey and then take a nap in the snow. It's really got to be the best way to go. And that's sort of what they did. Maybe minus the whiskey, but maybe not. Maybe they were drinking whiskey. It was after a fucking Chico State basketball game. What do you think you do with one of those? You get shit-faced. Best looking HC in the league, for sure, Wyatt. Matt LaFleur wins best looking head coach in the league, for sure. It's insane how you had Ross Jeffries in the video, says Q Castell. In the game, he would shit on Mystery and try to convince Neil Strauss to join his program. Yeah, no, he definitely comes off as not the most likable guy in the book, The Game. Mystery comes off super likable, but just also really prone to depression. But I talked to Ross Jeffries about Mystery, and he's got love for Mystery. He respects Mystery. He just thinks people have taken advantage of him and shit. And hopefully Ross has grown out of sort of the competitiveness that he had. But I get it. I mean, they were selling to a finite amount of clients, and they were selling very similar products. So I can see how they get competitive. But yeah, Ross Jeffries slayed it for us. He helped Fez, I think, too. It was surreal. Me, Ross Jeffries, and fucking Fez roaming the beaches of San Diego. As a Packers fan, says Jambalaya, What are your thoughts on Caleb Williams going to the Bears? It's the projected number 1 draft pick. USC going to the Bears. The Bears will be interesting this year. Very interesting. They've got a bunch of good wide receivers, talent everywhere. They've been trading really, really well. Their GM's been doing a great job. Caleb Williams, I watched a couple of USC games. I'm not really huge into college football, but he's, I guess, head and shoulders above the rest of the pack, and he's projected to be a star in the NFL right away. I think they'll be fun to watch. But, I mean, it's the NFL, and you just never fucking know. Like, teams with just loaded with talent can be terrible, depending on what's going on behind the scenes and how good the environment is and how much people respect the head coach. It's the team could either be just automatic playoff contenders, or it could be like the movie Death to Smoochie, which has one of the most star-studded casts ever, and it's just a huge piece of shit. It's got Robin Williams, it's got Jon Stewart, it's got the short guy, Danny, whatever his name is. Why can't I remember his last name? Danny Woodburn. Okay. I typed in midget actor Danny, and Danny Woodburn came up. Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito. There we go. Sorry, I forgot that. Yeah, but that movie fucking stinks. Edward Norton, too. So we'll see. The script of Death to Smoochie is awful, and maybe the coaching or the ownership of the Bears is equally terrible, and just everybody hates each other and it falls apart. Talent is good, but there's got to be a unifying philosophy and people got to get along. So we'll see. No guarantees, but they're definitely moving in the right direction. I mean, they're doing all the things that it seems like you would do if you wanted to create a good football team, and that's all you can really ask for. Cute Castell, I think Ross Jeffries was into neuro-linguistic programming. He is. We didn't do too much of that because it was sort of a short, for him, he wants people for like an entire weekend to program them. He did hypnotize Fez, but NLP is doing shit like associating feelings with certain words and then constantly triggering those words to elicit feelings in yourself and other people, whether that's confidence in yourself or romance in a woman you're trying to seduce. And that was his specialty. Yeah, it's the most like Rasputin-y, you are getting very, very sleepy of all the pickup approaches. I think it's easier just to use a fucking roofie, but you know, what do I know? I'm joking. I'm fucking joking. I was using Mystery Method this weekend a lot. Russell, attack in all directions. That sounds like me. Nick, from your experience, easier getting pussy in your 20s or 30s? Ooh. It's an interesting question. Nick, how old are you? Nick, answer right now if you're still with us in the chat. I'm curious. But I'll try to work up an argument here. On a dry spell. AK-47 says he's on a dry spell. He's 28. Everybody else, punch in your age here. Let's talk about this. Easier to get pussy in your 20s or 30s? Anybody else want to contribute? I'm here for you. Jinx Guy, 57, a sexy 57. I'll fucking shoot a load on you for each fucking birthday that has gone by. Russell's 26, Gage 20, Ivor the Boneless 25, Nick McDuffie 25. 25 is pussy getting prime. Yes, Danny, help. How hard did Leo try to get blown by the liberal sex therapist? Well, that's a different question entirely, Leo a lot Lizard. But it does sound like you would be interested in that subject based on your name. How old are you guys? James, 30. Russell may be reacting to the roofie joke. Leo, Lot Lizard, 27. So I think your 20s are easy to get laid in that it's easier to get into social situations. You're going to be in college. What's up, Gage? Welcome. First live. I can appreciate you, man. you're more likely to be in college with hot chicks, to work at a restaurant or in an office with a bunch of women. You are less guarding about your sleep and your quality of life in terms of like grounding and meditation, the shit we were talking about earlier, which leads to we're going to Dave and Buster's and throwing back some beers. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Wednesday night, here we go. Those situations are just inevitably going to lead you to getting laid more than when you're my age and you have a business to run and more responsibilities. If you guys are good looking too, which as a man is pretty much in your control, just be like well groomed and be in shape. It's pretty easy if you just have any experience being social and talking to women to just kind of bounce around the bar drunkenly until you find a woman who will grant you access into her vagina. Like it's not that tough. But so I got like a lot of chicks in my 20s because I would just dress up cute and just go out and just doggedly pursue the vagina. And I would go on bender weekends where we were doing blow for fucking 3 days straight in Vegas. And anybody is just gonna stumble blindly into some cunt. Not like a cunt, like a bitch. I mean cunt in the literal sense. The fucking the pink, that's the noise pussy makes. It's like a heart. The problem is though that if you have to go out on a couple of dates with a girl, which I didn't really do, my life was so not together in my 20s that if I went on a date with a chick who I hadn't slept with yet, it was fucking over. If I went on a date with a chick who I had slept with, she would just regret having ever granted me access. So she'd be like, this guy's a fucking loser. Check, please. So in your 30s, you're probably going to have your career more together if you want. Like if you guys want to start focusing, you read The Science of Getting Rich, in 10 years, you guys will be, I can promise you, in a much, much better financial position than you are right now. And that leads you to being more confident about yourself and being happier. And that attracts a higher caliber of women. In my 20s, it was an illusion. It was the painted facade in the background of a play. It looks okay on the outside, but if you look behind it, there's just like 2x4s and cobwebs. So that transition is significant. In terms of raw numbers, I definitely got way more chicks in my 20s, but I'm much more attractive to women now in my 30s. And being in your 30s, this is good news for you guys too. You got a long fucking runway. Is though some chicks might say they wouldn't date a guy in their 30s. I remember a chick when I was in community college who my roommate was 26 and she's like, oh no, he's 26? Ew. Like college chicks and chicks in their early to mid 20s are just completely in play nowadays as a 30-year-old. And a lot of that comes from men falling behind socioeconomically and basically just being little lost boys, which I was definitely one of, who just get drunk and play video games and vape and like to have a good time, but don't really have much of their life figured out yet other than all of that shit. And women like guys who are established and have resources and who are confident more than they like the hottest 22-year-old with the cutest haircut and the flattest abs. So really in your 30s, if you start getting your shit together, you will have access to like all the hottest chicks you had access to in your 20s. That's my experience, is that age doesn't really matter. And this is backed up by science too. I listen to Professor Scott Galloway's podcast all the time, and he talks about how women metaphorically are getting taller and men metaphorically are getting shorter, because women are getting more and more into colleges and entering the workforce and making more money. And men, in terms of their earning potential, are falling way behind. So women have to look to older men to satisfy their needs. So I would say you guys should be getting plenty of chicks right now if you want to, but don't fucking freak out because you got a long runway. Don't just settle for, don't panic because you're 29, about to turn 30, and you're not married yet. Just fucking chill out, dude. Time is on your side. Time is on your side. Your hearts be free tonight. I work in a warehouse with a bunch of alcoholic 50-year-olds. Have sex with one of them, sugar. Fucking just fuck one, dude. Yeah, my job is a sausage fest. I need to get into those social settings. Yeah. I mean, this weekend we went out to a bar in we went out to the bar in Santa Monica, and I was amazed by just like, I mean, it was fucking easy. I mean, that was fucking. I mean, granted, I just spent some time around Ross Jeffries and I was rocking my mystery game, but it was fucking easy, dude, to pick up chicks at like a modern American bar. So that's a social setting, but I know that bar games can be sort of prohibitive for some guys. Like if you are taller and better looking and charismatic, like Leo, like if you are Leo, bars are meant for you. And if you don't look like Leo, then some more casual daytime situations, social situations are a little bit better. I'm not the guy to really ask about those because, I mean, my work is so isolated. I basically am in this apartment or I am in a poisonous body of water in the California desert, which I incidentally found a chick in. So I'm trying to think what you could do. What city do you guys live in? Sugar Shane, what city? Russell and Sugar Shane, what city are you guys in currently? Harry's been trying to fuck this girl. She wants a relationship, but I don't think I can commit. I cut things off, and she wrote me back in again with that cash. Yeah, I know how that is. I know how that is, dude. How much am I gonna have to Venmo you to come to New England? Leo Lot Lizard, if you Venmoed me $3,000 right now, I would go to New England. I'm sorry to sound like an asshole, but that's to get me on a plane to New England right now would take $3,000, and then I would do it. And I would Leo could give you a personal lesson on how to get blown in a parking lot. Atlanta, Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. I want to go to Pittsburgh, New Hampshire too. I actually do. Paris, California, Russell says. Paris with an E. Atlanta, Newark, New Jersey. Okay, my instinct is that Atlanta is the best out of all those by far. Bakersfield, okay. This is fun. So I'm going to look these all up. Let's talk about these. I'm having a good time assessing pussy markets. Paris, California. Paris, California. Pulling it up on a map, Russell. So yeah, we are, this might be hard for you guys to hear, but I read a book called Mate, which was by Tucker Max, an author, like a drunken, womanizing author turned into successful businessman, and then an evolutionary psychology professor who they wrote a book on how to attract women, and they approached it from a scientific approach. And one thing that they said is sometimes you gotta fucking pack up your suitcase, you gotta wave your hanky goodbye to your mother, and you just gotta relocate, because if mating is one of your priorities, it's just not gonna get done where you currently live. And Russell, looking at Paris right now, which is like the shit capital of Fucksville, I don't know what you're gonna do, man. It is in the middle of what has to be considered the worst part of Southern California. And it's like in the dead fucking middle. It is the bull's pupil of the fucking Shitsville McAssfuck town of Southern California. Oh my God, dude. Thankfully, you're not that far from LA, so you can come out easily and chase pussy in bars. But yeah, if you're trying to have casual girlfriends and date a little bit, it's gonna be tough, dude. It's gonna be tough. Sorry, Russell. What's up, Nick? Good to see you again, man. We're breaking down the cities that people live in. So Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, Leo Lot Lizard. Let me look this one up. Yeah, I have been meaning to get up to the Northeast, New England. I don't like how they're the same cities in different states. I feel like you got to make some shit up. If yours is taken, make up a new one. It'll be fun. You know? How about Coxburn, New Hampshire? Coxburn. You should live in Coxburn, not fucking a ripoff of the real Pittsburgh, dude. Coxburn, New Hampshire. Okay. I'm looking it up right now. I'm like, the picture of the city is a canoe in a forest, and the map, like the GPS map, is pretty much entirely green. There's something called the Daniel Webster Highway that goes through. I mean, is there like a bait and tackle shop in your town and that's it? Is this real? Leo Lot Lizard. There, I mean, yeah, you can get a lot of females out, the female raccoons. That might be all there is to fuck in that city, dude. You guys, I mean, I lived in Sacramento, which is the Big Apple compared to fucking Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, dude. And I eventually had to get out of Sacramento, though I think a city like Cincinnati, where Sugar Shane's from, I think those cities that have like, you know, a pro football team, I think you can make those work. Like, honestly, I think LA is a terrible city for dating in a lot of ways. I mean, there are like a lot of the chicks that we met at the bar on Saturday actually had careers and jobs and were college educated and were actually pretty good candidates to date. But LA's got a lot of poisonous girls in it too, even though it's a huge city. But I think Cincinnati, you can fucking make it work, dude. You can find some good girls who go to college there, who have like a brain. Cincinnati can work. Bakersfield, James, you're pushing it a little bit, baby. Bakersfield, I mean, I would spend all my time at CSU Bakersfield looking for like the one hot daughter of a guy who has oil money, and then I would just get on one knee. I don't even care if you haven't introduced yourself yet. Just fucking take a knee, dude, and just propose. There are some bitches in Bakersfield. Yes, some is the main word there. Some. I mean, I kind of back Bakersfield, James. I got no hate for Bakersfield. We filmed some great videos in Bakersfield, dude. But as far as a mating market, it's pretty subpar, dude. It's pretty subpar. I'm trying to think in the Central Valley. I mean, really, Sacramento is the only redeemable mating market in the Central Valley of California. You got to. I'm trying to think of the best mating market in California. I'm going to say San Diego. And I haven't spent enough time down there, like actually being out, but San Diego is pretty damn good. The bar scene is incredible in San Francisco, but a lot of the chicks make a lot of money and they might have pretty high standards about how much money you make. San Diego is like down to earth, not LA fucking fake lips, fake ass whores. And it's like a more laid back lifestyle. They aren't making 350 grand a year at fucking Meta and are going to look at you like a piece of shit if you only bring in like 50. So San Diego's pretty great. It might be my favorite, at least on paper. LA is so big, it's hard to pin down. You can basically find what you want in LA. It just comes down to whether or not you like LA. Danny, please play a song. Sure, sure, Jinx, I got you. We're just talking about pussy. Yeah, this is for the boys right now, Jinx. I'll play you a song. I'll let your fucking your pussy lips quiver and your fucking estrogen run wild with my acoustic guitar in a second. All right, boys. So pussy. What are we talking about? Your description had me weak. Leo Lot Lizard. Yeah, dude. Is that really where you fucking live, dude? Because you live in a deer blind, basically. Like you live in a camouflage hut and you shoot elk for breakfast. Looking at the map, that is like everybody right now, type in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, and ask yourself, is it reasonable for Leo Lot Lizard to think he's going to get laid up there? Again, like unless he's rubbing salt all over his cock and having deer come lick it off, there's no action. He's got 100 acres of land. That's fun. Leo, that's dope. But I feel like if you're going to do that, you got to have a home base in more of a city. You got to have the yin and yang. Right now, I've got way too much yin. LA is, but that hasn't stopped me from getting a lot of tang. The yin in LA is just so much traffic and congestion and just on the grind, on the clock. I'm excited to go up to Sacramento soon and just kick back a little bit. And that's we only have 3 acres up there, but it feels more like Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. So you got to have a little bit of both. But I mean, Leo, if I don't intervene here, Leo Lazard, you're going to start fucking your relatives. And then there's going to be like birth defects, dude. So, I got to step in at some place. Buy a whore from a different country. You are fucked, my man, says Sugar Shane. Not a terrible piece of advice. The Groping Hand, what's up, man? Love the Groping Hand. Good to see him as always. Follow him on Instagram if you haven't. The Groping Hand is the fucking man. The Groping Hand, where do you live? Gage Thomas. Oh, yeah, we were talking about Traverse City, Michigan. I think I've been there. I just want to make sure I've been there. Traverse. It's in the Upper Peninsula, right? I think that's where my sister's fucking wedding was, dude. Traverse City. No, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Traverse City. Wait. Oh, yeah. No, I have been to Traverse City. I was way too zoomed in on the map. Yes, I've been up there for a wedding, and it's beautiful. But, yeah, again, not an ideal dating market. That is your second home place to live. That's how my sister does it. Her and her husband have a house in Traverse City, which I think is like technically kind of my sister's husband's parents' house. And then they have their home base in Detroit. That's what a Leo Lot Lizard needs to do. He needs to split time, dude. Russell is saying, this has been nice. I've been liking to get to know your guys' mating markets. They're pretty fucked up, dude. You guys have pretty fucked up mating markets, but I love it. It's fun to talk about this. But that's nothing personal, because if any of you wanted to, you could immediately move. And I think that's good for young men to move. As you guys might have heard me say before, my career and my life really kicked into high gear when I just moved to Las Vegas on a whim and just had to sink or swim 600 miles away from everybody I really knew. Russell is saying that's the good thing about Paris. Russell, if you guys missed this, just lives in a fucking shit pot in central Southern California. It's about an hour from everywhere, LA to SD. Take me with you, Danny. I'm circumcised. Well, that's good. We'll use less gas because you'll be not weighing down the car like fucking Leo's foreskin does. Grass Valley? Nacho, are you fucking with me? I know all these places. Like, I've spent time in Grass Valley, and it's just it is a porcupine's fucking needle better than Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. Barely, though. Everything's going to be measured in fucking animals. A lot of animal jokes when I'm describing these places, because it's where a fucking porcupine lives and starts a family. So you shouldn't be starting a family there. Leave it to the porcupine. San Luis Obispo is a lot better, but even San Luis Obispo is like a pretty small town. We've done a video there. One of the classics from 2021, I vandalized a sign by us, was in San Luis Obispo, and it's a total fucking classic, dude. So, yeah, I that place is better than Grass Valley, but yeah, Russell, come out to a fucking show, dude. You have a chance of getting some fucking pussy again soon. Come out to another show, that is. Leo Lot was there. I have a place in Conway, New Hampshire. Oh, great. Oh, fucking great. That'll be good. Yeah. Instead of ye old bait and tackle, there's actually a fucking Shell station there. That's the only upgrade in Conway. Let me see. Oh, my God. It's unbelievable, guys. I Googled Conway, and then the first image on Google is a field. It's just a fucking field, dude. It's not an upgrade. Just the first thing. It's a city, right? You expect the downtown. You expect some high rises. You know, maybe it's an older city like Fresno, where they don't really go above like 5 stories. There's one that was the marvel of the 1900s when it was built in like 1910. And but this is just a field, dude. It's a fucking field. I live and grew up 10 minutes from Orangevale. Now you're talking, Nacho. Now you're fucking talking, dude. Orangevale? Yeah, if you live in like the tentacles of Sacramento, you can make it work. You just got to be close to a city, I think. Or you got to split time. Matthew Anderson, what's up, dude? Danny, what are your bread and butter BJJ moves? I rely a lot on either the gift wrap or Kimura trap to take the back and then finish with a bow and arrow or a rear naked choke during no-gi. Well, that sounds great. I don't really do too much Kimura trap stuff, back taking. I'm assuming you mean from side control. I like bow and arrows, but honestly, Matthew, for the last 3 years, my game has been really, really focused just on guard and passing because that's where I spend like 80% of my time. My sit-up guard is getting pretty good. I have a sit-up guard where I reach through the leg and trap your far sleeve, which really just destroys your posture and makes you a fucking leaning tower of shit ready to fucking go down and surrender 2 points. And then I have a variation where I go for the lapel under the leg. And they're both like really, my coach, Cobrinha, that's like his style is sit-up guard shit. So I do a lot of that. As far as passing, I'm a big knee cutter. I like to think that I have a pretty fucking devastating knee cut. And that's the thing is like, if a black belt or a really good guy doesn't know my game, he's going to get fucking knee cut quick. Like the knee cut is going to be real nasty. But if the guy's good, like they would start shutting down my knee cut. And I really had to develop a folder pass game, which is where I go right. I go the opposite way of my knee cut. And I've started playing with that a lot. I would definitely not say it's bread and butter yet, but a lot of times it really helps me set up the knee cut because I feint to the right side. Or not a feint. I really will make a sincere effort to attack that way. And then I come back to fucking Old Faithful. Old Faithful. And give me my 3 points, son. Fucking side control, baby. Gotta get better with the gift wrap so I can fucking take the back, too. My submission game, truthfully, Matthew, is fairly weak right now. I have a really, really dangerous Bravo choke from like a knee cut position and side control. Really dangerous Bravo choke. And then my triangle is always lurking. My triangle will fucking, the bravest and best of men will fall victim to my fucking triangle, dude. Yeah, Russell. I'm trying to think next show, count me in, especially on a weekend. Yeah, man, I really want to get back into doing more and more shows at the Haha and doing more and more stand-up in general. It's just like, it's such a great confidence boost for our shoots. And sometimes like my thinking was a little bit this January that stand-up was a distraction from videos and I needed to back off doing stand-up. But the confidence and the fine-tuning of my comedy that stand-up gives me is invaluable in fucking videos. I don't know if we've talked about this. I think we might talk about it a little bit on the podcast this week, but we had a show last Friday, I believe, where it was all middle-aged, like black people, like married couples and middle-aged black people, which is just so outside of our fucking demo. And we had to get up there for fucking 10 minutes, like sink or swim. You're on your own, buddy. Be funny. And that workout, which like, that's fucking hard. And there's no way that like me at any other point, like when I started my YouTube channel or like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, there's no way I would have been able to fucking survive on that stage then, but I've had to. And that will give you a lot of confidence to go out and just talk to some toothless guy in the outskirts of Vegas or in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. It's probably Leo Lot Lizard. He probably is missing some teeth. Like once you can get up on stage and entertain a bunch of married couples that are like 50, then you'll have confidence to entertain like you guys and whichever like meth addict I'm talking to in a video. So that's been big. Nick, follow you on Instagram. Let me see. I don't have Instagram installed right now, Nick. Remind me again, Nick. Next live, I got you. 2 in a row, I got you, dude. Leo Lot Lizard says he goes to Boston if he needs to get blown in a parking lot. Yeah, that's cool, man. If fucking dude, if it's working for you, it's working for you. Nacho had a coworker in his mid-30s who just exclusively gets hand jobs from Asian massage parlors. Yeah, that's a thing that's going on with men too now, Nacho, in their 30s and in 20s, is so many guys are like either incels or they're so content to jerk off to porn and get jerked off by Asian masseuses that they're out of the mating market. And that's another reason why women are tending to date older now, which is it's good news for everybody listening that just most guys are completely uninterested in getting pussy. That just means more pussy for you. And there's already more women than there are men on Earth. I think it's like 49 to 51, which means millions more women than men. So yeah, there's no excuse for you fucks. Leo Lot Lizard might have a couple excuses because, you know, he's got a pig he's got to take care of sexually this Saturday. So he can't really be messing around with those human women. You know what I'm saying? Matthew, thank you for the input, Danny. Been using, sorry, Leo Lot Lizard. I use a similar passing style of changing between knee cut and knee smash. Yeah, there's a lot of names for it. Smash, folder. They call it the folder at my gym, which I prefer knee smash. That's way fucking cooler. Jiu-jitsu is already kind of lame enough looking as it is. I mean, it's a badass sport. It's super hard, but it's sport jiu-jitsu can look a little lame. So we need names like the knee smash. Definitely start working my Bravo chokes more though. Yeah. Yeah, Bravo, meaning basically what I do is, so think head and arm side control. I'm passed. We'll just start there for simplicity. I will pass the guy's lapel. So it's a side control where my left bicep is clutching his head and my right is under his far arm. So like the standard passing left side control. I free his lapel down by his waist. I pull it out of his belt and I pass it to my left hand. So that makes my crossface stronger too. My bicep is easier to keep right in his face, and it's easier to keep him close to me with that crossface now that I've got his lapel wrapped under his back. And then what I'll do from there is I'll let him think he's getting quarter guard back, and I will fish my foot into his thigh and give him quarter guard. That means he turns from flat on his back to his side. And then what I do is I just need to pass the lapel in my left hand, which is behind his head. I need to pass my right hand in and basically get a Darce grip. But it's a much more powerful Darce because I have that lapel. And then what you do is you just have to get his arm across so that he's on his side with his left arm like this. And then you basically just chest into his tricep, and it's a Bravo choke. Rafael Lovato Jr. is the guy who taught it to me in person. Fucking no big deal. But look up his instructionals on it. I'm sure there's an instructional Rafael Lovato Jr. Bravo choke. Long neck did a pod of that young dude, Maton. I just butchered that guy's name. No disrespect, Maiden. And he's talking about how you got him hooked up with RPP. Fuck yeah, dude. Well, I hook brothers up, you know? Good wingman. Russell, okay. Remind me next week, guys. I'll follow you guys. Fucking incels. I can't believe how normalized that term has become. Yeah, I mean, there's really no excuse for it. I think if you guys like our videos, you probably have well-developed enough social skills to have the same sense of humor as us, which means you can get pussy. That's as long as you aren't like borderline retarded, you can get laid. Nick Matos, I've quit drinking energy drinks. Kind of lost count. Good for you, dude. That's great. Yeah, soda and energy drinks. It's one thing if you're out at a bar and you order a Red Bull vodka and you do that infrequently. But there, in my mind, there's no excuse for a self-respecting person to crack a Monster at 2 p.m. on like a Thursday. There's just no excuse for that in my mind, because coffee does the exact same thing without any of the deleterious health effects. And I mean, energy drinks, just like every unhealthy chemical under the sun, is in that. Like artificial flavoring, sugar, all kinds of like genetically engineered oils and shit. It's just terrible for you. So yeah, just get better, a little better every day, or every year. You don't have to. I'm not telling you to all be fucking angels with your diet or something all of a sudden, but don't be Fan Jerry. Fan Jerry would drink like 7 Monsters a day. Gelato, yeah, you really can lose it all, and your wife can leave you if you drink enough energy drinks. So be careful. I mean, I think it's way worse than like heroin or gambling. Yeah, Russell, as long as you're not borderline retarded, you should get pussy, dude. If you're retarded, Jason, well, we're all retarded, Jason. Yeah, Matthew, look it up, dude. Look up a clip of Lovato explaining it, because if you've never done it before, the Bravo is not like super intuitive. It's not super easy to explain. It means like, this is his head, and this is his armpit, and then you pass and you squeeze. Look it up. It'll help. Can Jerry style, Fan Jerry. Yeah, Can Jerry. If he had an energy drink company, Can Jerry might have to be part of it, Russell. 7 Monsters a day, 7 hard mics. That's fucking right. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get back to work editing, but I do owe Jinxie a song. I'm trying to think. I haven't been practicing. There was like a spell for about a week where I was practicing my voice and playing guitar. I think I already played this song in one live, but it's the only song that I have any confidence fucking playing right now. And I think I talked about it too. This is John Frusciante, the singer of the guitarist of the Chili Peppers. And I really like his solo work. He put out like 6 albums around 2005. It was just a ridiculously prolific period. And a lot of the songs are just so good and just have so much soul. He was addicted to heroin for a bunch of years. I think that probably helped. But I remember this song really spoke to me in that way where it just captures a feeling. Like the lyrics don't mean anything really, but they capture a sensation in a time period in your life that is hard to explain verbally. And I remember just hearing the song when I was fucking broke and lost in life and living with my parents, and it just sort of spoke to me. So I'm gonna play fucking Chances by John Frusciante. And I haven't sung in like 2 weeks, so it's gonna sound like shit. This is the time to die. I'm not someone on whom to rely. Chances come and chances go. This is letting go. I feel the tightening of the gun. The creation of something I saw. Get out of here, chord. No one goes back because they're all there. Are you everywhere? Becoming who you think you are. In order to do your part. In the multi-dimensional scheme, you'll know what I mean. This is the time to die. I'm not someone on whom to rely. Chances come and chances go. This is letting go. I'm almost all I'll ever be. Just cutting off my fate like a string. A line that falls to the floor. And I'm not me anymore. Wait, fuck this part up. A line that falls to the floor. And I'm not me anymore. I'm not me anymore. I'm not me anymore. Hear that out of tune reverberation? All right, you sons of bitches, I'm out. I'm gonna edit. and get a nice video ready for you guys. Love you guys. I had a fun fucking live. That was one of my favorites in a while. Appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Later.